So now we are going to begin with our experiment. So through this experiment, what I'm going to try to show you is what the image looks like through a curved mirror. It's not the same like you see on a plain mirror, it's slightly different. How it is different, we're going to try to see through this activity. So for this, after a while I'm going to turn on this phone once we start the experiment. So for this experiment, I'm going to need one curved mirror. In this case, I'm using a concave mirror, a lens stand. This stand is used to hold the lens in place the mirror in place. A candle. Now I need a candle because it's a source of light, and like we discussed, light reflects on mirrors and creates an image. So this is going to be my source of light and also my image. I also need a blank piece of paper, a white paper, a scale. Now I use this scale to make certain markings over here to tell me exactly how far I am going. So I am going to consider this as 0 all the way up till I have made 5 centimeter markings over here. And finally a matchbox to light this candle. The first thing I am going to do is I am going to light this candle over here. Great. So now once this candle is lit, what I am going to try to do, I am going to move this candle along this line. So this over here, this is the center of the mirror. So this is going to be my pole, and this is my principal axis. It's an imaginary line, it doesn't actually exist, it's just imaginary, right? So I'm going to move this candle along this line at different distances. So I'm going to first measure what is the object distance, that is how far is my candle from my mirror. Second thing, I'm going to use this paper as a screen. When I use this as a screen in between the mirror and the candle, it's going to create a small image over here which you'll be able to see clearly over here, right? And I'm going to then measure the distance between the mirror and the paper. I'm going to write it down here. I also wrote two properties here: enlarged or diminished, erect or inverted. So basically, is the image bigger or smaller than the object, and is the image upright, erect, as in is it the same alignment, is it straight or is it upside down? Cool. So we're going to begin. Right, so first I'm going to put my candle somewhere over here. Alright, I'll just put it over here. This is the 20 centimeter mark. Alright, so right now my candle is at a 20 centimeter distance. So now watch here carefully. Should be able to see like a slight glare over here. That is nothing but it's the image of the candle flame. You see it, it's like orange in color, right? So if I keep moving it, you will see that the intensity of it changes. It's blurry and then it gets a little more clear, right? So right now the image is a little clear, but only when the screen is exactly at the same distance as my candle. So right now I'm going to write object distance is 20 centimeters, image distance is also 20 centimeters. I'm only going to record the distances where the image is clear. Where it's not clear, I'm not going to record that. Alright, so I'm going to move it a little further at 25 centimeters. Okay, now I'm going to try to look for the image on the screen again, right? So if I look at it now, somewhere it's not clear. I think this is the clearest image I can fine, right? So this is somewhere about, this is 15, this is 17 centimeters, right? So the object is at 25 centimeters, my image is at 17 centimeters from the mirror. In the same way, I'm going to keep moving the object further back. So right now, let me put it at 40 centimeters. So now, take a look at this. Blurry, clear, blur again, right? So this is a little clear. This is about 5, 10, about 14 centimeters of distance. So when my candle is 35 centimeters away, at around 14 centimeters, I am able to get a clear image. So I am going to go a little more further. So not 35, it's 40. So I am going to go a little more further and go 50 centimeters, right? 30, 40 and 50. Right. I am going to try to find the image again. Now if you see, it is blurred all the way up until here. You see? This is a really small image, right? Now you will notice that the size of the image has reduced considerably, right? So right now, if I put 50 centimeters, it is roughly at a 10 centimeter distance. Great. So over here, when it was at 20, I recall that it was about the same size. I had an image the same size as the size of my flame, right? But as it got closer, when I put it over here, you will notice that the image is slightly smaller, right? So I will say diminished. It's nothing but smaller, right? So as I made the candle go farther, the image kept getting smaller. So at about 15 centimeters, you'll notice that the image of it is forming behind it. Do you see it? Right? And this is also an inverted image. If you see, it's the wick, the tip of the flame is at the bottom. Right? So when I moved it closer, the image is going farther. Right? And it's also, now if you see, it's slightly bigger than the, this is the object, this is the image. The image is slightly bigger than the object. So for about 15 centimeters, I had my image at 23 or 24 centimeters. It is an enlarged image, right? And this is also inverted. All of my images were inverted images. Inverted and inverted. Now, ideally this should have come up on top over there, but you'll catch the trend, right? Initially, the size was big, then the farther the object moved, the smaller the image became.